Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's be your boy, DJ Anonymous, with another episode on YouTube. Man, this YouTube shit hard, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta be consistent and stuff, and I missed out yesterday, but it's all good. It's all gravy, you know. It's a lot of things to talk about, but this morning, I really want to talk about this college football, college basketball, this college sports, this NIL thing that's going on. That's been going on for a while. That's really been going on forever, if you really think about it. But I just want to have my 2 cents about it. So when I was in graduate school, I kind of predicted that this was gonna happen, and that was one of my what was it, no, it was my doctorate. I started my doctorate. And I remember when I was in the class, I said this was going to happen. And at the time, it was this girl, this classmate, I forgot her name, but she used to play volleyball, and she was like, that's not fair because sports like volleyball and whatnot, they don't get paid like, football and basketball and baseball. And in some, schools, especially like in the cold areas like the Northeast and the Midwest, hockey. And I was telling her, it's going to trickle down because that's how it is anyway. You're going to trickle down and the money going to flow to different sports. But I didn't realize at the time, how stuff is now. Anybody could get an NIL. Like a soccer player could get NIL, like in college. Cross country, track and field. Esports. We got esports now. They could get, an NIL deal. And when I realized that, I'm like, it blows my mind how that the young lady, well, she was older than me, but I'm gonna respect her. The young lady at the time, she was one of the people that was like, man, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna happen. Nah, it happened. Now, my 2 cents about it is, I love it. I want the kids to get their money. I want them to, get it, deserve it, because, being a student athlete, I never played in college, but even in high school, it was rough. It was tough because we practice, we go to school, we practice, we go to school. We had practice on weekends. So, and especially if you made it far in the playoffs, you literally, like my coaches always say, y'all, we are really the only few teams that are practicing. And then even at the school, we had basketball season and everything going on, but pretty much we was the only ones that was practicing on weekends, having film on weekends, staying late after school when it get dark, especially during the winter, the fall and winter time. But my 2 cents about it is that it's a gift and a curse in a way. It's a gift because, like I said, the kids getting paid. It don't matter what sport it is now, because my graduate school, St. Thomas, there was a soccer player who had got an NIL deal, and he had deals from I believe it was Adidas and Gatorade or whatnot. So it don't matter what sport you in, you gotta be one of the best players on the team. You don't just get a NIL deal because you play the sport. You gotta be great. You gotta be good to great. And they get their money. Now I'm hearing that even now, before they even go to college, now finally, kids are gotta learn about taxes, gotta learn about stocks, about mortgages, about bonds, about all these different financial things that we wasn't taught. Credit, when we wasn't really taught like that. when we was younger. You feel me? So that's a gift. But the curse is now is that this transfer portal mess it's a wild west. Like, you got kids transferring like pretty much damn near every year. I mean, back when I was playing, back in my day, in my era, sound old as hell, but I'm 33 years old, but back when I was playing, like, it was frowned upon to even play like 5 years. Like, if you played 5 years in college, they're like, damn, you old. And then 6, you was a grandfather. Now, these kids could play damn near up to 10 years because now they have a new like rule where if you start off in junior college, them 2 years don't count, which is crazy because I'm like, so if they don't count, that means the stats don't count. Like, I gotta really look into that. But my thing is, I'm for the kids to get paid, because at the end of the day, all these colleges, all these networks, they making billions and billions of dollars, and for me, the kids need that money, but they also need guidance. But my main issue really is the transfer portal. Like, for example, like, I felt like the transfer portal, when I first seen it, I felt like, all right, it's for the kids that don't really start like that, or they want to shine, they want to play, so they go to different schools that have that available, that chance to start. You know what I'm saying? But now it's getting to a point where it's becoming ridiculous. Where it's like, you can be a starting receiver, starting running back, quarterback, and yeah, you get granted that year of eligibility, or you get granted you have another year because either you got redshirted your freshman year or sophomore year, or gray shirted, meaning that you had got hurt. So it's like you got the extra year. For me, it's like, if you already playing at that school and you starting, why not just stay there? Now, I know some kids out here that, like, they had no choice to go to that school because, that was the only offers they had, but they felt like, I can go to a school that I always wanted to go to, after I graduate from that school. Whether it's I graduate early so I have a year or two eligibility that I can play at that school. Like, and that's understandable. That's kind of understandable too, because it's like, for example, like, a kid from Norman, Oklahoma, I always wanted to play for Oklahoma, but he only had the scholarships from like NIU and Arizona and Wake Forest, so he go there, he played. But like, shoot, I want to go back home and play for my dream school. If they have I have the opportunity, if they recruit me doing the transfer portal, I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, one thing about the transfer portal that I'm learning, I'm still learning this. So basically, you can enter the portal, but if you don't get picked up, or you don't like the school, you don't like the selection, the school that you have, you can't go back. I like that, but that's one of the few benefits that I like, and one of the things I'm like, all right, I get it. Another curse is these bowl games, these postseason, like, these kids not playing these postseason games. I remember even back 5-6 years ago, like, the bowl game still kind of meant something. You know what I'm saying? And people want to blame, it's the playoffs and stuff. Now they gonna extend it. Now it's gonna be less and less, interest in playing. That's not true, man. Like, I feel like if you gonna play the whole season, dog, or at least do what Cam Ward did. And I'm a Hurricanes fan. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people got mad about that. I wasn't mad about that. I was surprised he didn't play it, because I'm like, he's a top 5 prospect. You feel me? But I just felt like when he played at least a half and he stopped. I'm like, I'd rather the kids do that than just not play at all. And I'm like, just play. Like, just Just play a quarter or two. Just do it for like, not only for yourself and for the fans, but for your teammates. You know what I'm saying? And I understand you don't want to jeopardize injury and stuff and that. I understand that, but I just feel like if I'm paying you this NIL deal, like at least play 5 minutes of that bowl game that you could like, you could undress. You know what I'm saying? But like, cause I feel like a lot of players don't not deserve it, but they don't. It's not it become a thing. Like, if you're gonna be a bona fide top 3, top 5, top 10 pick, and you know it in your heart, and you see it, then all means, I get it. But if you like top 15, top 20, top 30, you know you're gonna go in the late second round, in later rounds and shit like that. Just play the game, get some more film, you know what I'm saying? Plus, these bowl games, like, it's still cool, like, to watch. It's still cool, like, to, hear from, like, different players on, like, the gifts they get and everything. Like, I remember my nephew, he played for Kansas State, and they was in I think they played in the Fiesta Bowl one year, and they all got free PlayStations. You know what I'm saying? And then another year they played at the Liberty Bowl. I forgot what they gave out, but it was like they give these kids cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like NIL. I'm with it because I was with it when I was that was one of my arguments when I was in grad school. Like, these kids need to get paid, bro. Like, they literally work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they literally, you go to school, you practice. You go to school, you practice. Like, even though I ain't played in college, I interned as a equipment manager at FIU, and like, dog, like these boys have like practice. Then they after practice, the practice don't be that long, but it's still like it's a lot of stuff during the day. So like the practices be like an hour and a half. But before then, they have meetings. After the first practice, they meet up again. They have meetings, and then they go to their classes. Then, and this during the summer, so I don't know how. No, this during the spring. So I don't know how it is in the summer. The summer probably crazy. Then, they have another practice in the evening, but it's not like nothing crazy. It's like pretty much like walkthroughs. You know what I'm saying? Then after that they have another meeting. Like, they separate. They go to different positions, meetings and shit. Then they got study hall, and then they go to sleep, and they start all over the next day. So like, that's why I said, like, and that's in every sport. That's not just football. It's basketball, it's baseball. It's every sport. So that's why I'm like, these kids need opportunities to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Especially with all these TV deals and stuff. Cause that's another thing I want to talk about too. Before I move on, the whole NIL, I still like support. I want these kids to get paid more, but I don't want it to be to a point where like I want to transfer because I want to get paid more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the main like issue I have. I want to transfer because I want to get paid more. No, bro. Like, if you getting paid $4.5 million or shit, even $1 million. You gonna transfer because you gonna get paid 3-4? Like, nah, bro. Like, that's money, dog. Y'all, man. But anywho, I'll get more in depth into that in another video, because that video alone, I can talk for hours about, that whole NIL stuff. But let's talk about these media deals, like these media rights and everything. And this is not just about college sports, this is also about like NBA, NFL, all this stuff, because this has also been a thing too. now we in the era where you have streaming services and everything. You have Amazon, Netflix, Peacock, what else? Disney Plus, ESPN, Apple TV, Tubi. Then you got like Hulu, DirecTV, Fubo TV was Disney and Fubo just merged and stuff like that. My thing is it's kind of like the NIL, it's kind of like the transfer portal. It's a gift and a curse. It's a gift because I remember, not trying to be old, but it's the truth. When I was in elementary and middle school watching football, especially in middle school, I remember they had like regional games. So like, if you watch the ABC was like the main one that was doing this, and Fox. You would have games on. They'd be like, all right, such and such playing. So like Air Force play Oklahoma at 12. Then you had Louisiana, Texas, Nevada at like 12. Then you had Miami or Ohio versus Ohio State. But like in them days, they treated it like the NFL. Well, either it was a doubleheader or it was regional action. So like, if I had to find out the score of Ohio State or Miami Ohio game, I either had to go on the ESPN app or they had to show highlights, or that game that I was watching, if it was a blowout, they'll go to that game. Nowadays, everything is available. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the way they structure everything is like, you know, I can literally watch every game I want. But the problem is, I wish everything was in one place. I remember DirecTV, they had this thing where they had the box. They had this box back in the day. I keep saying back in the day, but because that was like 3-4 years ago. But feel like back in the day, especially with COVID moving stuff forward. But when DirecTV stream first came out, I think it was AT&T stream or some shit like that. But they had a box, and the cable box, it was pretty much, it was optional, but the cool thing about it in that box, like, you could, like, it had Google, it was powered by Google, so you could download Netflix, you could download, I believe it was Hulu, pretty much all the apps. So everything was almost into one. I think the only thing that was missing was probably like Prime Video or something. It was one of them apps that was missing. But you had everything in one place. So like, and I believe Comcast did this too. They try to do this too. So like, if I'm watching ESPN, or like I'm watching college football, right, on ESPN, but it's a game on Peacock, not on NBC, but on Peacock, I'm like, all right, let me go to the Peacock app real quick, and I can watch the game, and then I can just flick, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what's really missing, because one, too many damn streaming services, especially for sports. That's another thing I want to talk about too, but in another video, but it's about the NBA, because people saying that, you know, not much people watching and everything because the product went down. It's not even that. It's really because it's expensive. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna talk about this in general, and then I'm gonna have another video. I'll probably talk about that later on today, about the problems with the NBA, but it's really with media. But anyway, you have all these apps. You have great availability. That's the gift, but the curse is they have different pricing. Now, you know, I remember 10 years ago, 5-10 years ago, or whenever these apps first started, they didn't have like ads. Like, once you got it, you got it. Like, it was ad free. Now they got these options where you need ads. And this is one of my arguments I used to have with my peers. Where I was telling them, like, linear TV, like, that would never go away, because the main thing is sports. And also too, you have certain shows like SNL, then you got like these reality shows, you got like linear TV would never go. If I don't know if I'm saying it right, so I'm just gonna say live TV. But Y'all know what I'm saying, like pretty much live TV. And it's never gonna go away. But and then also too, you gotta also think about it too. The reason why it's never gonna go away because you got these streaming services that got commercials. These streaming services, one of their main things was on demand and no ads. But now you got streaming services that want to go live. They want to have live sports and live shows, and they want to have weekly shows because they noticing that, especially in my generation, Gen X and up. I remember we used to watch shows. We had to watch shows that came out weekly. The binge watching is cool, but if you ain't doing nothing, like for example, for me, I'm married, I got 2 kids, I work. It's a lot of stuff that I do. And most of the time, especially right now when it's football, when there's all these stuff going on, especially when it's football season, I'm not gonna have time to watch shows like that because I'm more focused on football. And if I do have free time, I'm with my family, I'm doing my thing, and most of the time I play video games too. I'm a gamer. But to have all these streaming services available to us is cool. But when they started doing like these ads and everything, like it was just like I told y'all, I was like, it's live TV ain't gonna go nowhere. So my thing is, why just put everything together? Like, still be separate entities, but merge together, come up with something where, you know, I can watch Amazon TV. I mean Amazon TV. I can watch Prime Video. I can watch Apple TV. I can watch all this stuff in one place, while like having to exit the app and then go to this app. Like, nah, like for example, like Apple TV is a perfect example of like, all right, I can, like the actual like platform, the actual hardware and the actual software, where I can go, maybe I'm watching the show on Prime Video, let me finish that, and then I can like jump back, but like they have everything in order. And then also cool, one thing that's cool about it, like let's say I have DirecTV Stream, so DirecTV Stream is my main TV provider. So on the upper right, let's say like the Miami Heat is playing the Pacers or something, right? They'll come out with an alert where it could be like, or the game about to start, or the game going to OT. I just click on it and it go right to the game. We need something like that. Because these apps cost too damn much. Like if you combine everything together for the cost, we just need everything together. Like I think the closest we have is Apple TV, but the only thing that sucks about it is that Netflix don't do that. Because Netflix is I don't know what's wrong with them, but they don't allow that. They're the only app that don't allow that. But overall, the media rights, you know, you got the NBA coming to Peacock next year, / NBC. It's just gonna be it's a gift because like, and then with WWE on Netflix, it's a gift because like for example, WWE's on Netflix, so like not everybody don't want to have DirecTV stream. I want to say maybe it's like 30%, 40% of people that really just be on Netflix, that really just be on Prime Video, and that's all they have. So like for a person that's like a pro Netflix person, they're like, shoot, I can watch movies, TVs, now I can watch wrestling and football now. It's still not the same, but it's better than it was before. But my thing is, it's gonna get to a point where, like, when I was taking this class, I was hearing that Amazon and Apple TV, they trying to get into college sports, especially college football. So like, for me, who's a very big like college football here. It was kind of irritating this year when it came on Peacock for the last couple years. Because like, I'm like, I gotta go on Peacock for a few. Cause for me, I like to watch when I watch like football, like college football. I like to switch every game. Like, so let's say one game going commercial, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to this game. Like, I just keep going. But then I'm like, damn, there's a game on Peacock. That's only on Peacock, not on NBC, on Peacock. So I had to like go off and go on that app. Like, same thing with ESPN Plus. Like, I love ESPN Plus. They kind of close too, but the thing is, it's only on show ESPN, programming, and then like, it's a headache, man. Like, that's something that we need to get. That all these companies need to get to a point like they need to do it, because at the end of the day, I guarantee you, and this is why I brought this up, and this is like my prediction. I feel like in the next 10 years, streaming services may go extinct. Not extinct, but they may not be as demanded as it was in the 2010s. The reason why I say that is because you're starting to notice that it's a lot of content that want to be live. People want to be live. Like, for example, you got these content creators that want to be like the next Jimmy Fallons and all of them, like Jimmy Kimmel's. Like, they want to have their own TV late night show, or morning show. So it's like, at the end of the day, how people say history repeat itself, it's going to repeat itself. I'm not saying streaming services are going to necessarily go away. It's really not. But I feel like live TV is going to be more and more in high demand. And I think that's just a fact. Like, I think that, live TV is going to take over again. Mainly because of the sports. Because now, sports betting is a big thing now. Like, it's a very big thing. So, for example, if I was a person who's very advocate on gambling, I'm like, I need my live sports. I need everything. And some people don't want to go to the casino or go to the sports book and just be there all damn day watching TV and watching all the games on different TVs. And yeah, some people want to be at the crib. They want to be at the house, like just chilling with their family and stuff, spend time with their family. But like, hey, I'm watching this game and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you got people out here that still like they family orientated. They want to be around their family. They want to get this money, but they want to be around their family. So yeah, man, it's a lot, man. I wish I could talk more, cause each thing I was talking about today, I'm gonna bring up more of it, but in separate videos, especially with the streaming services, because I have a theory about that too, like a very, very deep theory about that. The NIL and the transfer portal, I'm gonna go more in depth into that in a later video. The next video today, hopefully I record today, cause I think I'm gonna start recording in the mornings and in the afternoons. But I don't really want to talk about the NBA take about the product itself, like why people don't watch, and I know why people don't watch. Like that, it's not have nothing to do with the talent, cause the talent is great. It's more about the media rights and the availability of watching your favorite team or teams play. But we want to talk about that more later on. Hopefully, I'll be able to record. But it's been your boy, DJ Anonymous. And I'm out, YouTube family. See y'all later. Peace.